Hello, welcome to the lesson. We will briefly talk about the application process in Germany as a healthcare professional.
In the federal state of Berlin, recognition procedures for medical healthcare professions are overseen by the Landesamt für Gesundheit und Soziales, LAGESO. The recognition process typically involves three main steps: application, compensation measures, and recognition. The application process for healthcare professionals seeking recognition in the federal state of Berlin involves two types of checklists for qualifications. Checklist for qualifications gained in a third country, for example, Turkey. This checklist outlines the specific qualifications, documents, and information required from applicants who have obtained their qualifications in a third country. It typically includes details such as diplomas, transcripts, language proficiency certificates, and proof of practical experience. Checklist for qualifications gained in the EU, for example, Italy. In contrast to the checklist for qualifications gained in a third country, this checklist details the documentation and requirements expected from applicants who hold qualifications from an EU member state. It's important to note that there may be differences in the checklist's requirements depending on the country of origin due to mutual recognition agreements within the EU. Applicants should be aware that there may be differences in the recognition process between those from EU member states and those from third countries. These differences may pertain to the documentation needed, the assessment process, or any additional requirements. EU applicants often benefit from simplified procedures due to EU directives on professional recognition. Additionally, applicants should inquire about the associated application fees, which cover costs such as document evaluation, processing, and other related charges. Understanding the fees and payment methods is essential during the recognition process. When submitting documents for the recognition of qualifications in the federal state of Berlin, it's essential to be aware of the requirement for apostilles. An apostille is a form of authentication that certifies the authenticity of public documents issued in one country for use in another country. Apostilles may only be issued by a competent authority designated by the contracting party from which the public document emanates. In the context of document submission for recognition of qualifications, this means that if your documents, such as diplomas or transcripts, were issued in a foreign country, you will likely need to obtain an apostille from the competent authority in that country. The apostille verifies the legitimacy of your documents and ensures their acceptance in the federal state of Berlin. It's crucial to research and identify the specific competent authority in your country of document origin that can issue apostilles. This step is an essential part of the document submission process to facilitate the recognition of your qualifications in Berlin. Understanding and fulfilling apostille requirements will help streamline the recognition procedure and ensure the validity of your documents for professional recognition. For example, in Turkey, apostilles can be obtained from authorities such as the governor, head official of the district, and chief secretary in provinces, while in towns, the head official of the district serves as the authority. In Italy, the competent authorities include the prefect with territorial competence, the president of the region for Valle d'Aosta, and the government commissioner for the provinces of Trente and Bolzano. These authorities play a crucial role in issuing apostilles for documents, facilitating international recognition processes. In Berlin, licensing fees for healthcare professions are structured based on the origin of an applicant's qualifications. For those holding qualifications gained within the European Union, EU member states, the cost of obtaining a license to use a professional title in healthcare professions is set at €115. However, for individuals with qualifications obtained in a third country, such as non-EU countries, the licensing fee increases to €164. It's important for applicants to be aware of these fees as they pursue recognition of their qualifications in Berlin. In addition to the licensing fees, applicants should consider potential additional expenses related to official copies and sworn translations of their documents. These extra costs can vary depending on the number of documents that need to be replicated and the complexity of the translations. Accurate and authenticated documentation is crucial during the recognition process, and these costs should be factored into the overall budget when seeking qualification recognition in the federal state of Berlin. In Berlin, licensing fees for healthcare professions are structured based on the origin of an applicant's qualifications. For those holding qualifications gained within the European Union, EU member states, the cost of obtaining a license to use a professional title in healthcare professions is set at €115. However, for individuals with qualifications obtained in a third country, such as non-EU countries, the licensing fee increases to €164. It's important for applicants to be aware of these fees as they pursue recognition of their qualifications in Berlin.